Yo, what is up, Clashers, and welcome to our first GP in the season 2025. As you see, yes, we have already raced in Imola, so troll me as much as you want in the comment section, but I did commence that race. I did the whole intro for this content, and I forgot to press the screen record. So yeah, my bad in Imola. We ran the three mediums, all mediums, 2 soft strategy, and then we tried the 4 hard, 3 medium, 2 soft. We did a mistake and it cost us pretty much P2, but no worries about that. So we got 40 points in Imola and I'm quite happy with that. So let's go ahead and jump into our second race, Spielberg in Austria, defending and speed. So let's go to our speed setup in the junior GP. By the way, that's when we are racing. This is how it looks like, and we need a defensive driver. So Hadja has 29 defense, 25 for Bearman, and we're gonna swap him out for Bortoleto. And there we go. So we got Bortoleto with 36 defense, Hadja on 29, pretty bad. But he is all that we got, I think. Yep. So there we go. We're gonna go with Bortoleto and Hadja in Monza. Speed setup is there. So let's go ahead. Let's see how Spielberg goes. I actually said Monza before. Oh well. Right. Hopefully a good team score. Right, let's get started with the qualifying. Fingers crossed that we do out-qualify him a bit. We've got the exact same team score. So I believe it would be a PvP race. So 10 laps. Right, defense and speed. Vice or Gladiator for the race start. Let's go. Let's start off with Vice. Add some time management. Maybe we can go with the 5-5 hards. Right, let's stick with this strategy. We need as much data as we can for the team. We have not pushed out any strategies because we love to test them in our GPs, to be honest, instead of just giving a guess on what works or what doesn't. So the start was meant to be awful because we did not select a race start boost, hoping Hadja can climb up a little bit more. Let's see if we get that pass on Alonso and Yuki. Yes, we do. And also Sainz. Gasly, get 2 more in there. Yeah, well, that's lovely. P6 for Hadja. That's brilliant. Let's focus a little bit more on Bortoleto. We've finished our first lap, so he's going to start waking up. He did have an awful race start. Hadja makes a move to P5. Hopefully we can get the 2 McLarens. No, we can't. There we go. P4 there. Piastri up next. Can we grab him? No. We got Russell in front. Let's go head back to Bortoleto. Trying to get the pass on Alonso and also Gasly. Absolutely amazing. Hadja will have to go into the pits while he does pass up Mercedes and also the Ferrari of Hamilton. He's absolutely flying Hadja on those soft tires. And we need to start managing our ERS, to be honest. Right, into the pits he goes alongside the Ferrari and the McLaren. Going to conserve a bit here for Bortoleto, put him back into the pits for the soft tires. Let's go back into this screen. We need to do a little bit of a swap here if we can. And Bortoleto, please let Hadja pass. That's nicely done. Let's conserve a bit more. Bortoleto's been conserving quite a lot, to be honest, there. Right, at the moment it's looking good for Hadja. Just gotta hope that Bortoleto can catch up to him. Right, P3 now for Hadja. We're gonna give him a little bit of a push. P9 now for Bortoleto. Absolutely amazing. Things are looking good. Got a pit in for his last pit stop for Haja. He's currently on P2. Where's the McLaren's? Quite up front. There he is. What are they running? So Piastri on the soft. So same strategy as Haja. Bortoleto does a double overtake, I believe, there. Still on the softs, and he will finish on the softs. He still has to pit one more time. Let's give him a good push. Haja's in the pits. So is Piastri. Oh, what's going on here? Awful view there for the pit stop. Why has it changed view? That was random. Right, Bortoleto into the pits. Haja P5 right behind him. I hope that Piastri's right here. Yeah, that's Piastri that will just come out of the pits too. So, up front, all of them need to pit. So Haja needs to fight his way to get Piastri to claim P1. Push, 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 push. I prefer bird's eye view by far, to be honest. Easier to control both drivers. So one McLaren into the pits. Haja will claim back his P2. And now it's all about Bortoleto climbing up on these last two laps. He's currently on P4. The McLaren of Lando Norris, I think, is catching up. Yep, he's in soft tyres and he is catching up, to be honest. Bortoleto doesn't, Haja doesn't seem to be catching up that McLaren. Pretty fast, actually, to be honest, that McLaren. I think that's how we're going to be secured. P2 and P4. There he is. Piastri's right there. Is it possible to grab him? Come on. Hold him back, Lawson. Last push, last push, last push, and no. That's when we're going to stay on a P2 and a P4. Quite happy with that. Not bad for our second race. We got 44 points. That will give us a good push in the leaderboards. Hopefully we can grab P1 on our group and maintain ourselves in P1. Our rival P13 and P17, and this is when we're gonna leave it. Yes, there we go, P17. Next race, I believe it's Monza wet. Ouch. Monza was horrifying last season, so let's see how we do in Monza. Our next race, it is defending and speed. We stay with exactly the same setup and drivers, and let's get right into it. Right, here we are, qualifying session here. Let's see if we get, yeah, that's good, that's a good start. P16, P17, our arrivals onto P22 and P23. I think we're gonna have to stack. Yeah, I believe we're gonna have to stack. So what should we do? Shall we just try Gladiator for the race start and drop off the speed? Let's try that for this one. Right, 9 laps. I think we're gonna stack them. Probably should have put Bortoleto on Vice. Get in the inside lane. There we go. That's Haja. Haja knows what he's doing. Bortoleto follows through. P12 and P13. Great pass from both of them. We get 2 more positions there. And Haja is going to start flying again. How is Haja so good here? And Bortoleto, that has a way better defense, is actually kind of struggling. Let's push here. Let's push as much as we can on the first lap. We both of them got a perfect start. So Right, P6 and P9 in the first lap. Not bad at all. Not bad. Nice overtake there. Let's conserve once again. Back to neutral. We're not going to push him. We're going to calculate our laps and the time management. I forgot to watch that. Okay, so double conserve. Back to bird's eye view. Absolutely love racing like this, to be honest. Right, where's Haja? There we go. So, we got enough to push Bortoleto if we would have used the tire management. If we would have used the tire management boost, we would have probably been able to do the 4 wets. Right, so Haja into the pits, and so will Bortoleto. One more will take that for Haja. Let's get Hamilton. Come on, there we go. P2. Haja absolutely flying. Come on. Now we need Bortoleto. One attack here on Carlos Sainz. Come on. There we go. Nice little push there. Haja coming straight into the pits. We could have kept Bortoleto one more lap out, to be honest. So, am I being a little bit of a mistake? We can use something like POM. That will give us that 20 tire management, 20 defense, and the race start, and it would have been a better option, I believe, there for Bortoleto in Monza. Right, so Haja maintains P3. We gotta climb up a little bit here with Bortoleto. Norris and Hamilton continues a lap, so they're going for 4 laps. Yeah, they're going for 4 laps. Let's see if we can catch them up a bit here. Right, double overtake for Bortoleto. Can it be? No, it's not. Right, time for some ERS management. We always forget this whilst we are racing and commentating at the same time. Right, Haja is right next to that McLaren. Can give him another push on the next lap. Let's get some ERS. Maintaining ERS there for both. I'm going to push with Haja this lap. Right, let's push a bit now with Haja. Go for them into the pits. I think these McLarens are pretty fast, to be honest. Right, Bortoleto, let's start getting some positions here, mate. Get that Leclerc. No, he doesn't. Oh, can we squeeze there? We could have squeezed there. What is he doing? What is he doing? There we go. At least we got Leclerc there on the second attempt. Right, Haja in the pits. So does Bortoleto come in. Stacking has been better. I believe Bortoleto will get a few more positions here. At least one more. There should have been 2. And they're both Red Bulls and was it 2 Red Bulls? It wasn't 2 Red Bulls, that's why. It was actually, I believe it was a Williams. Is it the Williams up front? Yeah, it's Carlos Sainz. It was Carlos Sainz there. Right, let's push. Let's see if we can grab Sainz here on P7. Nope. Easily done here by Haja. He gets P2 against Hamilton. Let's give him a little bit more of a push. Conserve again. Wow, look where that McLaren is right now. Jesus, Lando Norris is absolutely flying. Time to conserving those on straights, and I don't think that Haja we're going to push much more, so we are going to say that P1 is nowhere near for us to grab. So let's concentrate fully on Bortoleto here. Can we get the pass on Carlos Sainz? Yes, we do. George Russell up next. Oh, there we go. Come on. That could have been easily could have been an overtake. So you are faster, Bortoleto. Come on, that little. Try it. Get it. We're gonna look for single Carlos Sainz. No. Continue to P6. Let's see. Haja needs some help. So we're gonna push Haja all the way to the end. Come on, there we go, P5. We got that pass done on George Russell. So it looks like a P2 and a P5. Unless we can work some magic at the very end of this corner. No. So P2 and P5, I believe that will be 43 points if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. 43 points in Monza on the wets. Would it have been better to push Bortoleto with Palm for 4 laps? That's a question. That's a question that we need an answer for. So 3-3-3 for Haja at the front. Bortoleto did the same strategy, but I believe with Palm a 4-3-2 would have probably worked better, so we avoid stacking in the first lap. That did cost him some time and probably a position or 2. Right, let's see how we are looking in the leaderboard at the moment in Junior GP. Right, we're currently on first. Hopefully we can stay there. It looks like we can. I dread to see how the opening's gonna be. Would it be points related? Would it be flag related? What have they changed? But let's go over to our last race in Suzuka with defense and cornering. So we're gonna stay with the same drivers. So Bortoleto, we're gonna swap you here. Our cornering setup, which is pretty awful, to be honest. It is pretty awful. We do have... Where is it? Oh, we don't have anything here. No, we got Supernova, which is giving us a lot of speed, and that's why we're there. So we beat or kick shift. To be honest, 10 qualifying points is good, but we're gonna lose 9 cornering. I don't know how I feel about that. But it is a first GP, so we're just gonna test this out. Let's double check that we got everything right. And the drivers, yep. Right, off to this race. Cornering and defense in Suzuka. Right, here we are. We've qualified 18th and 19th in Suzuka, so we're gonna go with a hopefully a 1 pit stop strategy for defending and cornering, and I believe I'm gonna go with Palm this time. We're gonna go with Palm and hopefully do a 1 pit stop strategy. Right, let's see how this goes. Both of them with Palm. Hopefully we can do 4 laps on those hard tires and the mediums won't get burnt as much. My Bearman has actually flown there with those soft tires, but he is probably doing a 2 pit stop strategy. Let's see how that one goes. Let's double check. Bortoleto could have probably done 3 on the softs. That's what it indicates here, but I don't know how much we will be able to push. Alright, here we go. Bortoleto P2, Haja on P4. Let's conserve in this straight for a bit. Let's grab some more ERS. Bortoleto did try even conserving to get a pass there on Antonelli, so he is desperate to pass him. There we go. Nice little move from Bortoleto in that straight. We do not have DRS, remember that. We do not have DRS in the Junior GP. Let's see what our rivals going. A lot of them on the soft. So if there's a 2 pit stop strategy and our 1 pit stop strategy works, we should gain some decent points. So Bearman is going to slack here because he is not a defensive driver. Not a defensive driver at all. So he will be slow after that first lap and a good race start. Right. Bortoletto's starting to struggle a bit. In goes the pits. Everyone on the softs have gone into the pits. Problem will be, what? Why is Bortoletto going so slow? What's wrong with him? What was even that? Why did he just put the handbrake there? So slow. That's completely broken, that. I'm hoping that we're not that slow with, like, look, with the hard tyres. It doesn't seem to be that slow. Alright, finally the overtake there on Alonso. Then we have the two McLarens once again up top fighting. Right, Hadja P3. Of course, everyone else has gone into the pits. Bortoletto's going to come out in P9 with Piastri there. Everyone's gone for the hard tyres. There is one more pit stop for 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 people in front of Bortoletto. Still has to pit. We get the pass on the McLaren. Hadja is around here. Verstappen will get the pass. No, it doesn't. Hadja has some good ERS now to tack a bit. So let's start conserving with Bortoletto. I really need to get used to commentating and concentrating in my races. It's something I've always lacked, and always in last year I've always slacked, is doing the videos, commentating and concentrating on the ERS at the same time. It always gets me. Right, Hadja is right here. He needs to get the pass on the McLaren, but Bortoletto's going to let him pass if he actually wants to. Please go. Both of you conserve some ERS. Bortoletto lost a position against the Ferrari there. Right, so P4 and P6. These McLarens are giving me a hard time. Hadja makes a good move on Piastri there. The Ferrari of Hamilton's quite fast, so what is he using? He's on softs, and he probably needs to pit. Alonso's behind. Well, we got the overtake there. Alonso has to pit. Piastri has to pit. Verstappen has to pit. How close are we to getting actually P1 here? A good push forward. Bortoletto, Hadja, P3 and P4 we maintain. So Verstappen hasn't pitted. Lando Norris, we won't catch him. He's on the softs. But will we catch Verstappen with Hadja here? Bortoletto's struggling quite a lot on those hard tyres. He just got overtaken by Hamilton. Verstappen doesn't have, I've run out of tyres. Where is he? He's up front. Hadja can probably, will he take P2? No, he's not going to take P2. So close though, so close. We did get P4. Hamilton ran out of tyres, so P3 and P4, 43 points. Our rivals currently on P16 and P22. He's fighting back onto P15. He will overtake that Mercedes. Looks like he's run out of tyres too, so up to P14. And that was another race against another bot. So around about 170 points. If I remember what I got before, could be 170 points for our first qualifying in the GP. So let's check that out. Yes, it is 170 points. We stick to P1. Hopefully we can take that for... That's enough. That will be enough, 100%, to get us into the Saturday opening round. So thank you so much for watching. If you had liked it, well, smash that like button, subscribe for more F1 Clash content.